For brands, what would be the right way to create a business model around metaverse or around metaverse? Like, would it be NFTs? Would it be anything else? Like, what is that business model that they see as ROI? Because brands see ROI, right? I mean, they don't want to invest just because, some of them would, but there has to be an ROI in the future.
So there are few things that brands can actually do to monetize, right? So one could surely be the NFTs, because the NFTs become an attribute to give to your avatar as well inside the metaverse. So again, it could be wearables on the body of the avatar. The possibilities inside the metaverse are exactly like what it is in the physical world. We can build anything inside the metaverse. So 100 and 1,000 ideas that can come over there. But also what brands are asking us is that how can you also, at the bottom of the funnel get conversions, right? So, and that becomes very important. Like, can I actually take them onto an e-commerce platform from there and make a purchase for like a shampoo, for example?
So it's like a phygital experience that we're all creating from virtual and what's actually happening right now.
Yeah. If the avatar actually has the use of the product inside the physical, inside the digital world, then that's great. Otherwise, you can also make the transaction happen in the digital, in the physical world and to come into your physical home as well. Yeah.
So in fact, yesterday only I was talking to my team and obviously creative minds, they keep experimenting and all that. So I got to know that we are creating like 5 different metaverse environments, 5 different scenarios and how they would look like and all that. And I'm like, I'm all kicked. Please show me that stuff, because whatever you're seeing is created by other people right now. But once you create something that is part of your company or part of your team, it's just beautiful to kind of experience that. So I think it'll come out something pretty well.
I'm sure. Please share with me as well.
Yeah, I will share.
Always up for learning new things and seeing what's out there. Yeah? We're all in the discovery phase right now, and no amount of information is bad information.
This is all education, man. I think we're all learning. We're all that part of that cycle which will be involved in changing the internet. Like what happened 10 years ago with how we're using Google and all. Like, nobody believed in Google that, you'll show my shop like 10 kilometers away or what. But now you see everybody's...
It used to be a .com boom, now it's called a .eth boom, right? So you can actually buy your domains with .eth. You can buy it in Ethereum and build your entire online presence with .eth as a domain extension, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll just go back and buy one thing .eth. But that'll be great. In fact, what you just mentioned as phygital, as a low entry point, low entry barrier, AR would be, I think, something that really would encourage the industry to move towards, because it kind of is very converging a point where you don't have to be inside a metaverse, you don't have to use expensive VR sets and all, but you just have your phone, etc., and you start engaging with that particular world through that. Do you think, have you received some of such queries or interest in building?
We have, and we've actually recently gotten into like a network model with a company which builds AR. So they've been our AR partner for the past couple of years now, and we're getting them on board into Schbang as well to build out experiential AR for our clients. In fact, like one example that comes to mind for me is Lenskart, who had used AR much early on when it came to virtual try-ons for the glasses. In fact, I've made purchases using the virtual try-ons on Lenskart because I had my number I knew, so I just want to see how the look, how the eventual look looks like. And the VTO was so seamless, the experience was so seamless that it really gave me an understanding as to how I would look, when I actually buy the product. But a couple of our brands, for example, have virtual try-ons for like lipsticks. So how does a shade of lipstick look on my lips before I make the purchase? And the good thing is today the cameras, even the front cameras of our phones are so strong, the quality is so good that the skin color is fairly represented in actuality. So even the color of the lipstick then looks exactly like what it would look on my real self if I do make the purchase. So I think AR, which is linked to conversion, is very I think important to have, because it can really decide the bottom of the funnel when it comes to making the conversion.